Hello there, this is Daniel Drepsky for this new updated video for these new VHS tapes. And today's is April 14th, 2021. And I know we're almost near like the mid-spring. And we're already still in the middle of April, and things are doing okay, but cases are going up or just going down, but it's pretty bad. But I wish this COVID-19 could end this very soon. And I see we only got 53 new tapes, some to keep, some to sell. Okay, let's get on with these new arrivals. We're going to start with this tape over here. It is called The Wiggles VHS. It's Wiggly World. This is on VHS from 2001 from Hits Entertainment in 2001. Now here's the sequel to the original Secret of Nora 2, Timothy to the Rescue. This is not that great compared to as the original Secret of Nimh that was made in 1982. This sequel was made for home video, gotta be 1998, from MGM Home Entertainment. It was printed on November 18, 1998. Now here's one of the original Curious George cartoons that was released from Sony VHS in 1986 or something like that. These Curious George cartoons was made in 1983. Yeah, the man with the yellow hat, and it has some good, exciting Curious George stories on this 85-minute tape. And I'll show you what the tape looks like as soon as I open this. The next library tape. I think this tape was printed around 1987. Early 87. Has a def tone at the end. Because I rent out the Curious George tape once back in 2020, right before the COVID-19 started at the Pottsville Library. I'm going to keep that. It's pretty hard to find. Hold on a second. I got to fix the box. It's all screwed up, the box. Now here's the one I'll be selling on eBay. Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. A Warner Bros. Family Entertainment release. Got to be from the late 90s and early 2000s. That was at the time when How the Grinch Stole Christmas was reissued on home video. It was printed on September 3rd, 1999. Now here's one of the story tapes told by Glenn Close of the Emperor and the Nightingale. This is on VHS from 1988 from Rabbit Ears Productions when it's been distributed by Sony. They cover the print date on it. I'll be keeping that. Now I got here's Pescos Bill. Hold on, I have to fix this. This side is the tapes to keep. Other side, the tapes to sell. Now I got here another tape with some stars narrations, like Robin Williams narrates Pescos Bill. It was on VHS 1988 from Rabbit Ears Storybook Classics and distributed by Sony. I think it's by SVS. That's owned by Sony Distribution. And they cover the print date on it. I checked this tape, and it's a bootleg. We're not keeping that for myself. I used to have that on VHS a long time ago when I lived in Queens. Now here's a Family Home Entertainment release of The Little Match Girl. And this cartoon was made in 1990. This is only a 1990 release from Family Home Entertainment. Printed it on the 16th week of 1991. And I'm not keeping that. The Prince of Egypt. This good animated movie was made made from DreamWorks Home Entertainment, and was been distributed by Universal. And this is on VHS in 1999. And this tape was printed on May 22nd, 1999. And I gotta move some of the tapes over. Here's one of the Disney VHS tapes. That is the Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day. Originally, it came out on VHS in 1986. However, this is the maybe 1988 reissue of it by Walt Disney Home Video and Walt Disney Company. And it had the Buena Vista Home Video distribute. This is the 1987 sticker label. It has no print date on it. And you know, Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day nominated for Academy Award for Best Cartoon Short Subject of 1968. Here's another Disney tape. The original Incredible Journey. That was a remake of it later in 1993. This one was made, got to be in the early 60s. Check this tape. Printed it on June 20th, 1994. And here's one of the Walt's animated movies, and they put it into like the wrong Jungle Book box. This box is the one with the Sabu. And here's the animated movie of the Jungle Book, which is I do have. Yeah, I don't need this, but seems like a great Disney animated movie. It was made around that time during like Walt Disney's death in 1967. And I'll show you like another Disney tape I have. Walt Disney Mini Classics release of Mickey and the Beanstalk, 1988 release. It was out around that time when like Mickey's Magical World was on VHS. And it was told by Professor Ludwig von Drake, Mickey and the Beanstalk was taken from the feature length of Fun and Fancy Free in 1947. It has no print date on it. Jimmy McDonald was the second Mickey Mouse voice. The original Mickey Mouse voice is played by Walt Disney. Here's The Emperor's Nightingale. And this is a 1-hour movie, was made in Technicolor in 1951. This is on VHS from United American Video Corporation. I don't need this. No print date on it. That's the exact company would have all the Underdog Super Series VHS tapes. Came out in the early 90s. I remember I used to have one of those Underdog VHS tapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here's the Fairy Tale Theater VHS tape of The Nightingale, starring with Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger's probably like a rock star in from the 60s and 70s. And this is the 1987 release from Playhouse Video. Originally, I would have had the big box edition from CBS Fox in 1984. And this is the 1990 reprint. This tape was reprinted on the first week of 1992. I don't need that, and I'm going to move some tapes around. The next tape we got here, it is The Little Lord Fauntleroy, that was made in 1936. That has with Freddie Bartholomew, Dolores Costello Barrymore, and Mickey Rooney. And I wonder had Lionel Barrymore in it too. I don't think so. Originally, this movie came out from Playhouse Video in 1988. This is the reissue in 1991 from Fox Video. I can tell about the barcode is on the right side of this tape. That's what originally it had in 1988. And this is the 1991 reissue. And this tape was reprinted. It was printed on the 9th week of 1995. I'll be keeping that for like a little while. That's 3 for myself. Here's another one I'll be just selling. That is Savage Land, that was made in 1994. Corbin Barnson, yep, and Gofferham Green, something like that. It's on VHS in 1994 from like Hamdale Home Video Incorporated. It's in the clamshell. Savage Land is just a good movie. I used to have that on VHS. When I had that during the 2000s, I had to give that away. Back then, I didn't have selling items on eBay. I had to give tapes away when I visited to Mr. Schoenfeld in Queens, New York, in PS 177. The next one we got here is a holiday classic that stars with Jimmy Stewart, Lionel Barrymore, Donna Reed, Henry Travis, and Thomas Mitchell in It's a Wonderful Life. Classic uncut, an original uncut classic, and it's from Good Times Home Video in 1987. It's a public domain. And I don't need this, I already have it. The one from Media Home Entertainment in 1981, black and white. Then I even have black and white and colorized DVD combo of It's a Wonderful Life. Now we got one of the 2 tapes we have here. That is Dear America, Dreams in the Golden Country. This is from like Scholasticus in 1999 release. No print date on it. This is gotta be this is when it was gotta be distributed by Good Times Home Video. And here's another one. A Journey to the New World. Scholasticus, when it's been distributed by Good Times Home Video. No print date on there. Back to the Future, that's the next one with Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. The ones I showed you from my previous update videos. The first one I showed to you back in the early March, and the other one I showed you around like in mid-March. The early 1986 release from MCA Home Video. The box is all damaged, and this tape looks acceptable. And I know at the end of this tape has a Deftone at a doo on it. We're not keeping that. I gotta sell another copy. The next one I have here is Battery Clearly's Reamer's Perfect Day and A Bad Day. 1988 release from the Limar Home Video. I have most of them. I have some of those Winmar VHS tapes, based on the book when it was made by like a Scholasticus, and somebody must have covered the print date on it. I'm gonna keep that for myself. And here we go. I gotta move some tapes around. The next one we got here, the live-action version of Alice in Wonderland, not a Disney's animated movie or not the Tim Burton one. It was made in 1982, probably got to be for PBS. This is the Children's Theater Company. Yep, based on the book by like Lewis Carroll's, and this is the VHS packaging. Came out in early 1983 from MCA Video Cassette Inc. And this is the 1987 reprint of this. And I gotta check the print date. Printed it on the 32nd week of 1987 from MCA Home Video. I'm gonna keep that. Now we got here The Boy Who Could Fly, made in 1986 or 85. When they have with Jay Underwood, Lucy Drakes, Fred Savage, and Fred Gwynn. And this is the 1986 release from the gotta be from Carl Lamar Home Video in 1986. Someone wants to take the print date off. It's got to be from KLV-TV release. The one who made the Care Bears Family Storybook release. If the word's hard to find, I'm going to keep that. One more family tape I have here, that is The Black Stallion Returns, a sequel to the original Black Stallion in 1979. The second one was made in 1983, late 84 reissue from CBS Fox. The one I used to have, it was a CBS Fox Video drawer box packaging when I lived in Queens. This is a reprint of this. No print date on it. So now I might be selling that. Now I got some old films from the 30s throughout the 60s. Now we got here James Cagney's White from 1949. Co-stars with Virginia Mayo and Eben O'Brien. And they made a DVD cover that was originally made in 2005 into this VHS tape. And this is the 1987 reissue of White from Key Videos shine the spotlight on James Cagney. Originally White came out on VHS in 1983 from the CBS Fox Video drawer box packaging. Then is reissued in 1986 from Key Video. And at the end of the tape has the James Cagney Shine the Spotlight Collection promo on there. We're not going to keep that, but someday I'll find like the original 1983. Here's one of acclaimed films ever made in the early 1960s, starring with Anne Bankwer and Patty Duke in The Miracle Worker. That's the one she has to help this autistic person try to recover for her senses. A film not to be missed by Washington Post. And this is a 1987 reissue from MGM UA Home Video. Originally came out back in 1983 of the 1962's Miracle Worker. This is the sticker label from 87. I might be keeping that. Now we got here these three, produced by Samuel Goldwyn in 1936, starring with Joe McCrea, Marie Auberon, and Marion Hopkins. Academy Award nominee for based on Lillian Hammond's Children's Hour. I was a remake later with Audrey Hepburn and Shirley MacLaine. 1985 release from Embassy Home Entertainment's Samuel Goldwyn's Classic Collection. This film co-stars with Walter Brennan and Margaret Hamilton from The Wizard of Oz when she plays the Wicked Witch. Show you what this tape looks like. Hold on. This is from mid-1985 release from the Samuel Goldwyn collection. I already have of these three. Now we got Bus Stop with Marilyn Monroe in a CBS Fox Video series of the Marilyn Monroe collection. I already had Bus Stop from 1982 from 20th Century Fox Video. This is the 1987 reissue. Co-stars with Don Murray, Arthur O'Connor, Betty Field. Yep. This is out on VHS in late 1987 of the Marilyn Monroe collection from CBS Fox Video. And I'm trying to find another Marilyn Monroe VHSs from 20th Century Fox Video releases like There's No Business Like Show Business and How to Marry a Millionaire. But I have Bus Stop from 20th Century Fox Video, but I'm still working on getting Something Like It Hot from 20th Century Fox Video release. Next one we got here, a 1937 classic, stars of Ronald Colman and the Frank Capra's Lost the Horizon. It's a pretty good movie. Yep. The one there is stuck in the mountains of China when they find like the new house. The new mansion's called Shangri-La. And this is the 1989 reissue from the Columbia Classics series from RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video. Originally, this movie came out on VHS in 1987 from RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video. However, during the 1980s, the Columbia distribution kindly liked to restore this film. Like some scenes were kindly cut out and use it just for like the home video. It means like doing with the pausing of the film, but some of the prints were kindly cut out during like the theatrical release. 1989 sticker label. This tape was reprinted on the 40th week of 1992. Now here's on the human bandage of the human bandage was made in 1964. That stars with Lawrence Harvey and Kid Novak. And this is from the NGM UA Home Videos Great Books on Video collection in 1986. And I already have like the original. This is like a duplicate one. Printed it on November 25th, 1986. And this copy has a deftone at the end. I doubt it. Now here's a separate table. Stars with Burt Lancaster and Rita Hayworth and David Niven and Wendy Hiller and Gladys Cooper. Made in 1958. This is the 1987 release from CBS Fox Video. That was when Rita Hayworth left Columbia Pictures during the late 1950s, after she did Pal Joey with Frank Sinatra. Yep. No print date on it, and no barcode either. I'll be keeping that for myself. This is the first time. The next one we got here is They Won't Believe Me, starring with Robert Young, Susan Hayward, and Jane Garr. Made in 1947 from RKO. And this is the 1987 release from Nostalgia Merchants. This is before Robert Young did Father Knows Best. Good old Robert Young. Now we got Natural Velvet, starring with Elizabeth Taylor and Mickey Rooney. Donald Crisp, Angela Lansbury, and Arthur Treacher co-starred. And this is made in 1944. This is how Elizabeth Taylor became a star since this film, when she was 12 years old. 1985 release from NGM UA Home Video in the Great Books on Video collection. Yep. That saved me for NGM that Judy Garland did Meet Me in St. Louis in 1944. Hold on. Moving the tapes around. Now we got here a double length of this Italian movie called La Dice Vita. Was made in 1960. And someone must take off like the original tape. And however, this is the 1986 reprint from Republic Pictures Home Video. Originally came out on VHS in early 1980s from MTA Home Entertainment. Ex-Library Rental, and here's part 2 of this movie, and a double length. Yep, no print date on it. Now here's The Gay Divorcee with Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers. Was made in 1934, featuring the song by Cole Porter like Nightingale and Continental. This is the second film Fred and Ginger did after they did Flying Down to Rio, 1987 reissue in Nostalgia Merchants. And here's the 1985 sticker label of The Gay Divorcee from Nostalgia Merchants Division of Media Home Entertainment. Yep, the one I have is exact duplicate. But someday soon I'll find like the original early 80s original or the mid 80s reissue that I had to rent it out in Whitestone, Queens in 2006. Now let's start with the comedies, like Woody Allen's Hannah and Her Sister was made in 1986, starring with Woody Allen, Michael Caine, Mia Farrow, Carrie Fisher, Barbara Hershey, Lord Nolan, Marino Sullivan, Daniel Stern, Maxwell Swall for The Exorcist, and Diane West. Early 1987 release from HBO Canon Video. They must have covered the print date on it. Here's one of the funniest movies that I have on VHS in 2 copies. 1985 and 1991 restored version. This is the 1963's all-star cast comedy. It's a Man, 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 Man World. It's about those vacationers witness an accident. After the old man dies, they have to find the money hidden underneath the big W somewhere in Santa Rosita, and then they have to do it like the race thing. So to try to be there first grabs the money. And my favorite scene I like in the movie, when Jonathan Winters wrecks the gas station with Arnold Stang and Marvin Kaplan. This film stars with Spencer Tracy, Seth Caesar from Your Shows of Shows, Edie Adams from the Ernie Kovacs show, Buddy Hackett, Mickey Rooney, Phil Silvers from Sergeant Bilko. Also has Ethel Merman, Jonathan Winters, Dorothy Previne, Milton Berle, Terry Thomas, one of the cab drivers, Eddie Rochester Anderson and Peter Falk, and also it has the Three Stooges in the cameo, Jim Backus, Arnold Stang, Marvin Kaplan from Top Cat, William Denris, and many more. This is, they say, one of the funniest movies of all times. It's a mad, 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 mad world. Bob Hope couldn't be in it, not even Danny Kaye, not even Abbott and Costello, and not even Jackie Gleason. But it had Jack Benny in it. 1985 release from CBS Fox Video. Originally, It's a Man, 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 Man World originally came out on VHS, was 1981, the Magnetic Video Corporation double length, and 1985 CBS Fox Video in double length. This is a 1986 reprint. And also for It's a Man, 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 Man World 1991 restored versions, like some scenes were cut out from like the theatrical release. So here's another comedy tape called Everywhere But Here. Stars with Susan Sarandon. It was released from 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment in 1999. Around that time when Something About Mary was on home video, printed on the 14th week of 2000. It was like a little reprint. Now here's the love letter. Stars with Kate Campbell from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and Tom Selleck. From DreamWorks and Universal in 1999. And they cover the print date on it. It has the ink label. Now here's the foreign movie called The Last Metro. Was made in 1981. And this is from Key Video release in around 1986. This is a word hard to find. That's for myself. Now we got The Children of Lester God, that stars with William Hurt and Maureen Mellon. Was made in 1986. That's one of William Hurt's fine performances when he was helping the autistic people who was deaf or have trouble speaking, which was a good movie from 1986. This is on VHS 1987 from Paramount Gulf Western Company's 75th anniversary. However, this is a tape reprint in the late 80s, early 90s. 1987 sticker label. It was printed on 33rd week of 1989.